Hello, a warm welcome to Off the Rail. We have 3 of our 4 confirmed semi-finalists. The final quarter-final is behind us, so we're going to be a bit quieter than normal. Delighted to say Emily Frazer and Karl boys join me. Let's have a quick wrap of tonight's action. So we've got Albin Ocean beating Joshua Fillon, showing why he's arguably the best player in the world.
It's been some great matches here tonight, and we keep saying like the comeback king from Shane Van Bonen. He just got through on that last match there. It just seems like it's really grueling. It's just, it's just one way and then it's the other, and these matches are just intense, and it's really is the World Championship, and whoever does win this, they really have battled it out to become the champion, and it's really exciting to see.
Great day for Shane Van Bonen, being Barham Lochte yesterday and then Mika Immonen, the comeback. I mean, 2 people you'd expect him to beat, but today he's beaten 2 very good players, isn't he, Karl?
Yeah, 2 of the guys who would certainly have been in my top 6 to win this event. He landed in a tough section, and he's still doing the business, isn't he? Can he finally win it?
Yeah, and Kazakis beat him, was it 9-0 in the Masters last year? Shane didn't even get up, did he? So he owes him one tomorrow.
Yeah, we remember that Whirlpool Masters was so dramatic, and funny enough, Shane did message me, I think it wasn't yesterday's match, it was the day before, and he said, "Oh, I love the diamond tables." He said, "Please, can we have the diamond tables for the Mosconi?" And I think he has something about the Rasson because they're the tighter pockets and the Whirlpool Masters, and it was obviously quite challenging. And then he said yesterday, "I didn't feel too confident before." And then he came into that match, had that comeback with Darren Appleton, and then he just said, "Oh, I feel great today." So I think it would be such a story for Shane to win. Really big story.
Emily, I'm glad you mentioned the tables, because the reason why the game is still going on behind us, there was an incident which you were sorting out. You sorted out. Explain.
Gosh, how do you explain that? No, the match prior to it, the first quarter-final, we did notice that towards the end of the game that 9-ball just kept going towards that side, that corner, the end pocket, and it was just consistently happening. And you could tell that Brendan Moore was trying to do his utmost to do something, and just something wasn't right. And I felt for Oliver in that match. It was horrible to watch because, Alex made that golden break, and that got him into got him back and potentially won the match. And it was just horrible to see that something that was so out of Oliver's control, he couldn't do anything about it. So obviously, we all sort of attention on the table, what's going on here. We had a discussion after the match, discussed about moving tables. Obviously, we've got things like the stream. I mean, that's not a priority at this stage. The priority is the players. We spoke about moving it, but first of all, we thought, right, let's try and see if we can fix it. We started the second quarter-final, which in defence, I think was the wrong decision. We should have actually just looked at it a little bit longer. First rack of that quarter-final, golden break straight away. And then we went back and we looked, had a discussion with Karl, looked back at the previous breaks, and that 9-ball just kept consistently going. And so, you just take a step back and go, hang on a second. Yes, okay, it might have affected that first quarter-final, but there is no way we should be starting a second quarter-final at this stage of the tournament with so much prize money at stake, with the table not right. It's not fair. It's not fair to the players. So we went down there, discussed it with the players, was like, look, this is the issue. I'm not comfortable with it. What about you guys? And both, rightly so, said, no, we want to get it sorted. We tried to fix it. They ran a few breaks, kept happening. So we moved the table, and I'm really pleased that we did it. Yes, we're still here, but I feel like it's a fairer game now. So
Yeah,
I'm really pleased.
For sure. It does happen, doesn't it?
Well, it's been proved it's a fairer game because look how close it is. Who knows what might have happened if it had stayed on table 2, and it was 100% the right call. Obviously, Emily and tournament directors and head refs spoke to the players, and I've played a lot of pool all over the world for different companies and organisations, and that had just been left on table 2 previously. So I'm sure the players after this match, win or lose, they'll be more than happy with the decision.
Yeah, absolutely. A very, very tight game, in which you will probably know the result to by the time you watch this. So we'll move on, Emily. There's always news. Every time we have you up here, there's always some news. Is there any other business?
Yeah, we got 5 new tournaments. No, I'm joking.
6.
It's 10. We've got the Whirlpool Masters coming up next. That's our next tournament. And we've got our 20 confirmed players who are all off of the top of the 20 off of the rankings, the 9-ball rankings. And we've got 4 more wild cards to select from. We wanted to leave that till next week because we wanted to see how the results panned out for this. Even though we have our January rankings that we launched, we're keeping an eye on how people are playing and who we can select. So there's going to be some Whirlpool Masters wildcard selections announced next week. We're going to be finalising our UK Open player list and also publishing when we'll be doing the draw for that. So it's now, we had a little bit of a break leading into this event. Now it's going to be, okay, it's straight away into the next events and just getting planning for those. So World Cup of Pool teams are going to be announced soon as well. But it's all about that Whirlpool Masters, 24 players, those tough conditions, back in Gibraltar next month.
Brilliant. Exciting few months ahead, Karl.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Obviously, the Whirlpool Masters in Gibraltar, great place to go. If you've never been and you want to watch some pool because you've had the bug, get some tickets.
Yeah, it is. I do enjoy Gibraltar. It is very, very good. That's all we have time for on this edition of Loose Pool. Of course, it's the semi-final and the final coming up. We cannot wait for it. There are going to be 2 fantastic matches in the semi, and then to crown the 2022 World Pool Champion. But for now, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you very soon.